Hey, what's up, YouTube? Hobo Mackie here. Uh, so still in Branson, got my community service done, which is obviously awesome. It turned out to be a really good thing. It was really nice. You know, got to meet and get to know some good people over there, and and it turned out, they were real like interested in me and my lifestyle, and they thought it was real fascinating, and they, you know. Uh, and they were good peoples, and it just turned out to be a overall good thing. The work was, fairly enjoyable. It wasn't like I was sitting around all day just watching the clock, but I wasn't like I was working overly too hard. It was just kind of right in the perfect middle where, you kind of have a nice steady stream of work to do, and it's not that difficult. And, it went by really fast, so I got the 28 hours done. I got the paperwork sent over to Panama City, Florida. It's in the mail as we speak. And so I am a free man. And I'm celebrating little helper, Midwest Coast Indian Pale Ale, made by Mother's Brewing Company. It's out of Springfield, Missouri. I have never found that kind of beer anywhere before, but I happen to be right near Springfield, so obviously that's why I find it all around here, and it's actually fairly cheap. You can find it from like $7 and $7.50 for a 6-pack, and it's really good beer. So I'm enjoying that. Beautiful day today. It's a Saturday, just gorgeous. Nice blue sky. I got some hawks flowing overhead. I don't know. I guess I'm in like a little bit of a construction area. Like I slept in those concrete cylinder, that big one. Just for shits and giggles. The only issue with this little spot, it is infested with ticks, but just kind of got to keep doing constant tick checks, and just keep pulling them off. I'm only gonna be here, I don't know, probably this weekend, and then maybe a couple of early days next week, and I just kind of mean in this general area, and then I'm gonna be heading toward Kansas City. But I thought I'd talk today about why it's so important to me not to have four walls, like not to have a house or an apartment and all those comforts and all that. Because I can tell, I've learned from personal experience of doing this, and then like going over to my parents' house like for a month, or going over to my sister's house for any period of time, that I notice that my life starts to deteriorate whenever I'm surrounded by four walls, and I have all these comforts. I have TV and internet and food in the refrigerator and dishwasher and laundry machine and, regular life. And then my life just starts to deteriorate. And, I can't necessarily 100% describe it. I can tell you that I've heard the same thing from other people, other hobos, as for whatever reason, when they get surrounded by four walls, their life deteriorates. I think part of it, for me, is that why leave the house? If you got everything, you got a couch and a comfortable bed, and you got TV there, and refrigerator with cold beer and cooking stove, and everything is just perfect. You don't even need to leave the house. So why leave the house? Well, the issue is that you don't get no exercise. I think that's a part of it. You see people walking around your neighborhood, the walkers, and they're doing the power walking, and good on you if you're the type that can do that and stay consistent with it. I can do that once in a while, but I already know, as much as I'll tell myself, I gotta exercise. If I'm gonna go hang out with my parents for a few weeks, I gotta stay fit. I gotta exercise. And every single time, I fall apart. I don't do anything. I lay in the couch the entire several weeks and just eat and watch TV and get fat and do nothing. And, so I guess physically that's a killer. I think mentally it's a killer too. So I think there's a lot of other factors. See, I hate doing exercise. Exercise is like a chore. I think everybody understands that. Nobody wants to exercise. But what I do every day is I gotta go walk over to the Walmart. I gotta go walk over to McDonald's. I gotta go walk down to the river. I gotta go do this and that. And even though I'm not thinking of it as exercise, I'm getting the exercise. And I'm actually totally happy. And, I love going somewhere and just walking and just being somewhere new and that I've never been. I cannot stand doing circles around a neighborhood or something, or circles around a track. To me, that's just like, I think y'all understand. It's just boring, But so for whatever reason, my lifestyle keeps me mentally and physically healthy. I'm personally, I've learned that this is best for my health. This is best for my mental health and my physical health. I'm happier. I'm more physical. I'm not saying I'm physically look physically fit. I'm a little fat and stuff, but I think that that's healthy. I think that that's a good thing. I don't see. I'm perfectly. Right now, I got my shirt off because I'm trying to get some vitamin D. I feel like getting a little bit of sun is good for you. I don't know that for a fact, but I just feel that way, and I'm out here in the fresh air, and I'm free. I'm mentally free and physically free, and especially now that I got my community service done, I can do anything. I don't need anything. I can go without everything. I drink coffee and I drink beer, and I do smoke, or I have been smoking cigarettes. I just quit today. I go off and on, and it's not a big deal to me. But like I said, and same thing with alcohol or caffeine. Sometimes I'll quit for a while. I might quit the caffeine and just drink beer, or I might quit the beer and drink caffeine. I might quit everything once in a while. It's like just do a total fast. I don't feel like you should need anything. I look at, there's a yogi out there who says that he hasn't eaten or drinking anything or needed anything for 70 years. And, a lot of people say it's bullshit, and to some extent it might be. I think he gets water. He lays down in a creek and lets water flow into his mouth, and then he says he spits it out. But I'm sure you're going to get a little bit of water that way, even if you're just absorbing it into your mouth. But the point is he needs nothing. When you need nothing, then you're free. You're totally free. It's when you need stuff that you're not free. If you have a drug addiction, then you're not free. You're going to have to slave away and make that money to support your drug addiction. And, it's not just a drug addiction. It could be addiction to anything. If you're addicted to shopping or whatever it is, I don't know. But, so try to keep that in mind. And I really don't need anything. I'm perfectly happy without anything. I can go a few days without food. It doesn't bother me. Of course I don't. I usually get my food in me. Food and water, and that's my bare necessities. And I can find enough calories at the Dollar Tree down here for $2. That give me about 2,000 calories at least. And that's enough to keep me going and perfectly happy. I have my tablet that I can get on free Wi-Fi, and watch a lot of YouTube and stuff, and I play a lot of games, like mentally challenging type games like chess or solitaire, or not that solitaire is that mentally challenging, but it's something. It's something to keep my mind going. I like Scrabble, so I try to play games that, and I don't like to play the games that was just like you're swiping shit, Banana Ninja or whatever it is, and all of that. To me, that might just kill your mind. But so yeah, I do things like that, and it's all free. It don't have to cost me nothing. So I can essentially live on $2 a day. Now I have been drinking quite a bit, honestly, and throughout my community service, I started smoking cigarettes, and I was smoking like 2 packs a day, and so I had like 4 days community service, so I've been smoking cigarettes for like 4 days, and now I'm going to quit. I don't need them, I like them and they're nice, kind of, but the same thing with everything. I don't need it. And it's best to just not need it. It's okay to do it, but just don't feel like you're enslaved to anything, I know everything that I do I can quit if I need to, but if I have the extra money, and why not? Give me a few beers, give me a little bit of marijuana once in a while. And speaking of that, I've gone about 2 weeks without, or maybe more. So I'm itching to do that again. I just kind of got to find it. I kind of have, I don't know, it's just not the easiest thing in the world to find when you don't know anybody. But anyway, so my original thing I was talking about is the 4 walls and how that just seems to be a killer, and for whatever reason it just seems, life just starts to deteriorate. You fall apart, and then one thing, it's like a snowball effect. You lay around and you get fat and you get out of shape, and then you start getting depressed because you're getting fat and out of shape. So mentally you start going down this slide, and then you just find yourself in just depressed and just awful state of mind. Whereas when I'm out here every day, and God's throwing me all sorts of challenges and keeping me jumping these hurdles, maybe a storm's coming in and I got to find or make shelter, or I'm running out of money and I got to find money or food, and obviously being a hobo is not totally easy. I might make it look easy, but not everybody could do it. You got to have some decent common sense, or be able to get yourself in and out of scary situations. You gotta know people. You gotta have a decent idea of people. You gotta be a people person a little bit. I'm a shy, introverted type, and so it's hard for me. But I've learned that you have to not be shy. You can't, being shy is a killer, or being scared to talk to people is a killer, because you're going to find all your most valuable information through people. Now, there's a website I'd like to talk about, and that's squattheplanet.com. And it's like, I guess it's what it says. It's about squatting the planet, and people like me, it's van livers or nomads or hobos, or it's got a little bit of everything, punk culture. And it's a cool website. The people there are really cool. I noticed that it's a lot better than any other internet forum as far as the people go, because they're cool, down-to-earth people. A lot of these forums, it's just a bunch of bickering and people arguing and, negativity. And there's a little bit of that at STP, but it's way better. And the people are just way better and cooler. And you can learn a lot. But my point is that you can't learn everything from the internet. You have got to get out there on the ground and talk to people and learn that way, There's just information you're never going to find in there. For example, railroad hopping, train hopping. That's like a community that they would never, it's like forbidden for them to post anything specific on the internet, and they never would. So they're never going to tell you, where do you catch a train at, and where do you hide in the woods, and what train are you looking for to get to where, and nobody is going to give you that on the internet. But you get out there on the ground, and you'll run into some train hoppers that've been doing it 10 plus years or whatever, and they'll help you out. That's where you'll get your information, is on the ground. So it's like that. You see other hobos, you can't be afraid to go up and talk to them, and a lot of them are local hobos that they know everything about that area. They can tell you where to get a shower, where to get free food, or they're going to tell you, they can. Sometimes you got to be able to feel people out. Sometimes you got to have some sort of personality yourself. You don't want to just be a total dipshit. They're not going to want to help out a dipshit, or a lot of times they're not going to want, you know, maybe they're on drugs or something, you know, and just maybe, so sometimes it's just, you kind of read somebody and you can tell that they don't really want to talk to you, and so you just say, okay, sorry to bother, and walk away. But usually they talk to you, for the most part, and they'll help you out, for the most part. It's rare that they don't, to be honest, you know. A lot of hobos are looking for somebody to talk to, you know. It's like a community, you know. It's like two homeless people don't even have to know each other, but it's like we're on the same team here, you know. We're it's kind of a thing, where homeless people pretty much only talk to other homeless people, and you know, it's our community, I guess, and we take care of ourselves, and you know, we got to help each other out. So that's the way that goes. So the whole point was, you just can't learn everything you need to know on the internet, and it's a good resource, and I use it all the time, and it's helpful. And Squat the Planet's a great resource. I recommend going there, and even if you're not a hobo, it's just a fun site to kind of check out and see what kind of adventures people are on or whatever. And you know, it's people from all around the world doing all sorts of cool shit, and yeah, it's worth checking out. So guess I'll call that a vid. Thanks a lot, everybody. Till next time, peace out.